My next guest is, well, quite an inspirational 18-year-old. Good afternoon and welcome to the studio from Edition Clothing, James Billingham. How are you, James?
I am good, thank you. And yourself?
Very well, thank you.
Good.
Now, you have this really interesting, my computer's asking me to subscribe, this really interesting concept called Edition Clothing. It's editionclothing.com.
That's right, yep.
Take us through it, and maybe people can log on to it. It's www.editionclothing.com. Do we need the AU on the end?
No, just .com,
Okay,
yeah.
right. So if you're listening online anywhere around the world or at the office or at home, hop online and then James is going to talk us through this. Where's the idea behind, where has the idea for Edition Clothing come from?
Right, okay. I guess I was on a trip to London and I was just flicking through my phone and I saw a picture of me and this kid in Madagascar, and I'd traded my hat for like a little toy boat he'd carved out of driftwood. I've got to say I was 8, and then he absolutely loved that hat. So it got me thinking, what if you could make someone that happy every time you bought something? And everyone buys clothes, so I sort of started developing it, and Edition Clothing was born, yeah.
So you're raising awareness of your concept through You Wear, You Give, and you are embarking on the trip of a lifetime. There's no doubt about it.
I sure am, yeah, that's right. I'm actually biking across Europe.
I need you to speak into this
Sorry,
microphone.
no worries. Yeah, I'm biking across Europe on a tandem bike from August the 20th. So I'm going through France, Germany, Switzerland, Austria, Slovakia, Hungary, Serbia, Romania, and yeah, it should be great fun. And I'm inviting people along with me so they can jump on the back of the bike if they want.
Do you have any starters?
What, people coming with me? I've got a few people, but yeah, it should be interesting. Yeah.
So you can, I'm looking at your website now, people listening may have joined us too, so you can click on, you can donate a bicycle, okay, that's $75. If you click on that icon, it's a t-shirt that says Edition, it's a tier 2. What happens then if I click on that?
Right, so you click on that, and then you buy that, and then we donate a bike to a kid in the rural parts of the Philippines, and that enables them to attend and complete school, which is obviously something that can change their life. And then it'll be probably within 2 weeks of you buying that t-shirt, we'll donate the bike, but it could be within a day. It just depends when that happens.
It could be within a day that you clicked on this.
No, because we've partnered with the charities, so then we just
Send them a message.
Yep, and be like, when can we donate this?
This is where the internet really comes into its own, isn't it?
Oh yeah, for sure, yeah.
That someone sitting in Perth or, you know, anywhere in Western Australia can click on this and think, yep, I'd really like to buy a kid in the Philippines a bike. Click on that, pay their money, and you take care of the rest. And in a few days' time,
and that's right, yeah, exactly. And it's a great gift to give someone, you know. So the person who clicks on it also gets sent a t-shirt. Yeah, that's right. So if you buy it, you get sent a t-shirt, very high quality. They're all made in Australia, organic cotton, all of that.
Say that again, all made in Australia.
Yeah, it's all made in Australia, yeah.
People like that.
Yeah. And organic cotton, which is another thing people are really interested in.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And you can go down to a tier 1 and you can donate a chicken.
That's right,
so
yeah.
So I'm clicking on the chicken icon. I get the T-shirt for $45. And where does the chicken go?
The chicken, it completely depends. It's Hands of Hope is the charity we've partnered for with that. But all over Africa, just depends where chickens are needed.
And so what it says when I click on that icon is when you buy this T-shirt, a chicken and chicken feed is donated. Chickens provide meat and up to 200 eggs a year, a vital source of protein and income for each family. And this is just a brilliant concept.
Thanks so much. Thank you.
So this is all your own concept?
Yep, that's right. There's a team of 5 of us working on it, but yeah.
All right, I'm going to click on a pair, what you guys call flip-flops. Those of us who are a bit older still call them thongs.
Thongs, that's right, yeah.
Flip-flop tier 1. So when you buy this T-shirt, flip-flops are donated. Soil-transmitted diseases are a leading cause of illness, and closed-toe shoes, if not probably looked after, can be carriers of disease. That's why flip-flops are the perfect footwear for hot, humid clients. Donating flip-flops to poor families in the third world will provide their feet with protection from disease and a basic level of comfort, which we take for granted.
Exactly, yeah.
So you're 18.
Yep.
This is not the normal path for an 18-year-old, James.
Right, yeah. Well, I guess, I don't know, my parents, I can thank my parents really, because they took me out of school when I was 7 and took me sailing around the world on a boat. So I guess that's where I get my adventurous side from. And I've seen all sorts of poverty and I just wanted to try and help, but in a way that's not traditional, if you know what I mean. So you can buy a piece of clothing and then something is donated. I just think that's great. And I think more companies should do that. You know, we can apply it. You can afford to donate something every time you buy an item. Buy a loaf of bread is donated to a family that's hungry. You buy a toothbrush is donated. You know, it can be applied to everything, and I think that's what should happen.
Okay, I'm just going to give people some traffic news. An accident on Tonkin Highway northbound at Armadale Road. Haynes Road is closed. Detours are in place. If you'd like to speak to James, a very inspirational 18-year-old, you can call through 9221 11882, or you can send James an SMS 1999 677. I think the interesting concept about this too is that the donator gets something. You get a T-shirt. You get you get to wear the Edition clothing T-shirt, which I suppose might become a little bit like Lance Armstrong used the bracelets.
Yeah, it could be, yeah. And it's sort of helping the movement being you wear, you give. And yeah, so I hope people catch on. Yeah,
and you've also, of course, been young. You've embraced social media, so you've got Facebook and Twitter.
Yep, that's right. Facebook, just type in Edition Clothing on Facebook and it'll come up with us, and the same with Twitter.
Now, tell us about these random act of kindness days.
Yeah.
And I must, it's not in a cheesy way. It's explain it.
No, yeah. So it's a little bit strange. So basically, I usually go out. It can be sometimes with a group of friends, and we do random acts of kindness. Now, these things are a little bit different. So we've got something called put pocketing. I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
What is it? You've made Mike in the studio. Yeah. Go on, Mike, turn your microphone on. What are you laughing at? Why are you laughing along with this?
Well, essentially what it is basically you go around and what you have to do is sneak money into other people's pockets without them noticing. If they notice, they don't get the money. Well, that's how I interpreted it. But
yeah,
so
pretty much.
Put pocketing.
Put pocketing, yeah, that's right. And it can go wrong sometimes because obviously people don't expect you to be putting money in their pocket, right? So sometimes you can do it a little bit cheeky. You can pretend they drop it. Like if it looks like they really need it, you can do all sorts of things like you drop it, or you put it in the bag going, oh, this is doing something, But people can react badly to it, so you've got to be careful, but yeah.
So you're 18, you have this tremendous view of the world that you can make the world a better place, and it's not just an ideal, it's something you've put into practice. How many other people around your age group do you meet who want to make a difference?
It's interesting. I think more and more, to be honest. I think I've read some survey, I think 80% of people between 18 and 25 have bought something because it does good or something like that, which I was quite surprised at. So I think people do want to do good, but they need a benefit from it as well, which is kind of
and that's okay. You've tapped into it. You've worked that out, and you've got a very good business model. Do you make any money out of this for yourself?
Yeah, we make a really small profit margin because the thing is, Made in Australia puts the price up like 5 times or something like that, and then the donations also, obviously that comes out of the profit, because we've tried to keep the tier 1 t-shirts the same price as a high quality t-shirt would be anyway, which is $45. So then we just have to take the donations and stuff out of that.
So you're saying that because you're using organic Australian manufactured t-shirts, they're more expensive.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and the donations, we try not to push the price up because of the donations, but obviously the bike one we have to do that because it's expensive to donate a bike.
And I've gone through nearly all of them. There's a cap you can click on, and you say the last icon, James.
The last condom.
Yeah, and what's the value of that?
Well, that's HIV, isn't it? Trying to prevent that. AIDS, pregnancies, STDs or STIs, depending which one you prefer.
Yeah. Interestingly, you talk about countries, for example, Zimbabwe, where one condom is equivalent to 3 days' wages.
Yeah, that's crazy. Imagine someone here spending like $300, $400, $500 on a condom. It just wouldn't happen, would it?
No.
So, yeah, it makes a big difference.
Anything you'd like to add?
Anything I'd like to add? Not really. I just want to say a big thanks, and any support would be much appreciated.
So people who are interested, it's a great concept. I think it's truly inspiring to have an 18-year-old who's come up with this idea and wants to make the world a better place.
Thanks very much.
Editionclothing.com is the website, editionclothing.com. James Billingham, thanks for joining me in the studio.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
That is James Billingham from Edition Clothing. This is